Hi, welcome to IDR Acupuncture YouTube channel. My name is Dhanraj. I was asking my master about is there any way to enhance the neuroplasticity in our brain, and he gave me a detailed answer a couple of years back. It was a very late night discussion during one of his seminars. So around 2 o'clock we started the discussion, and it went up to 4:30. So I'm trying to give a glimpse of whatever we discussed in that particular session. So let's see, go into this particular video to understand more about it. We all know that our body is comprised of molecular structure, and it vibrates at a specific frequency at a given point in time. We discussed this about this in our previous video on brain waves. I'll give the description in that link. Our vibrations is mainly based upon the thinking, acting, and the choice of words which we use. So it based upon that whether we'll be in beta brain waves or we go into the alpha brain waves, etc. So Einstein said that everything is energy. So energy is everything. Our conscious mind is performing or is focusing on selecting a specific thoughts, and it creates them into a visualization. This visualization aspect or this particular mental picture passes through a modem called RAS, which is the reticular activating system, and it reaches the subconscious mind. So this subconscious mind is responsible for our behaviors, our actions, attitudes, etc. etc. So the neuroplasticity, the concept of neuroplasticity is focusing on the ability of the brain to form and reorganize a new pathway, or enhancing or strengthening the existing pathway, which is mainly based upon learning or through experiences, which is combined with emotions. So, the brain neuroconnectivity or the neurons can be enhanced. The connectivity between the neurons can be enhanced, or it can be altered by a specific thing, which we call it as repetition. An individual, even at the age of his 80s or 90s, can develop new circuitry in his brain through learning or an experience. So, neuroscientists have proved that the neurons can be stimulated repeatedly through a synaptic connection. And when this connection is being used, or when this connection is applied repeatedly, it can double even in 1 hour. So, for example, when we ask our children, our kids, or the students to read a specific subject at the point in time when they learn for the first time, it will be new. So, the neurons in the brain will fire the new thoughts or actions between them, and it starts a smaller connection. Since we are learning for the very first time, the connection will be very mild, or it triggers the connection between the neurons, but through repetition. But when we revise it again, the connection becomes stronger. So that's why we ask our now kids and the children to read, reread, and revise the subject, so that the synaptic connections between the neurons increases. So when we read, we use mainly the two sense organs, which is like through our eyes and maybe like through our mouth. So people have the habit of reading aloud or reading either in their heart. So they use their mouth and the eyes to read that particular topic. This triggers the synaptic connection between the brainwave. So when we reread it again, the synaptic connections will increase, gets more stronger. However, when we put them in writing, we use the third sensory organ, which is our hand. So we use the previous connection to understand or to apply them in the practice. And when we put them through our writing, through our hand, so our eyes, our mouth, and our hand all together will flow into that particular neural connections, and the synaptic connections will increase stronger. So this part will enable the conscious mind to observe the thoughts or information, and it passes through the RAS gate, which is the reticular activating system gate, and it reaches the subconscious mind. So when we read for the first time, the neural connection may be mild. When we reread it, the neural connection will get a bit stronger. Whereas when we put them in writing repeatedly, when we do this exercise, the neural bundle, the neural connection will become more stronger, and it reaches through our subconscious mind. So that's the reason people who do it repeatedly can enable to retrieve them very faster. Maybe it is a student or an adult, so the case is the same. So repetition is an helpful tool in order to enhance our neural connectivity. However, we have to be understood that when there is no activity about that particular thought or that particular action, within 3 weeks of its inactivity, the neural pathway tend to dilate. So it will move away. And the body may tend to disassemble those thoughts and behaviors, and it will become a building blocks for our success. So repetition is considered as the utmost tool for strengthening the neural plasticity, and hence we need to understand what is our goal or the requirement and tend to work upon them. So having a repeated positive thoughts will enable in creating more neural connectivity, and repeating a specific action will enable the neural connection to be more stronger, and it will support us in achieving our goals and targets. We all know, Bruce Lee once said a specific statement like, I'm not afraid of a person who knows 1,000 kicks or something, but I'm afraid of a person who has practiced one kick 1,000 times. So that is the power of repetition. So this repetition will enable us to enhance the neural connectivity and also support us in achieving our goals and targets. I hope you may like this video. Please share your thoughts, comments, and questions in the comment box. We'll try and answer them. Thank you. Have a nice day.